Okay, hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I'm just going to do something that I haven't done in a hot minute, which is upload a shop critique to my YouTube channel. I think it's been about a year since I've done this, probably a bit less than that. But Alison kind of voiced on the Facebook group that she was struggling just a little bit, and I offered to do like a little mini shop critique for her. Just so she can kind of get, I guess, a different pair of eyes on her shop and kind of see what other people think. So we are critiquing Blod's Boutique. Blod's Boutique. I have to like get my tongue around that. So straight off the bat, looking at this area here, I am imagining very gothic, very rock and roll, chic, big, dark, heavy jewellery. The main words that comes to mind when I see this is gothic and rock and roll, which is absolutely fine, nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but that would definitely be something that I would consider, you know, this shop being all about. And that's the thing, guys, as well, is that people do come to your shop and they get that feel from your shop, and in the first second or so they kind of know what your shop is all about. So Alison, straight off the bat, this area here is very SEO heavy, and what I would recommend you do is to put some keywords in here. So for example, jewellery for Mother's Day, rock and roll bride jewellery, rock and roll jewellery, gothic jewellery, what have you. Google will actually scan this area here and bring you up in Google search results, so just make sure to keyword this area here. So you've been on Etsy since 2013, you've had 1,263 sales and you've got 5 stars. That is fantastic, and your buyers are raving, which is always a good thing to see. Now, the only issue I am seeing from this bit here is that your logo, this diamond in the background, is kind of saying to me that you sell diamond jewellery, gemstone jewellery, very minimalistic pieces. It's not saying gothic, rock and roll, heavy, brass, big statement, chunky jewellery. It's not really saying that to me. And guys, this is where knowing who your target market is really pays off. And Alison, if you haven't downloaded the 30 days to a Kick Butt Etsy shop workbook, there's a good target market bit in there, and also in the Shortcut to Success course as well, which isn't open for enrollments yet, guys, but it will be soon-ish. Soonish. So I would maybe think about how you can attract your target market. So if your target market is definitely rock and roll brides, I'd recommend maybe incorporating that somehow into your logo. I don't have any sort of ideas for you, but what I would be saying is, you know, think about the icons that represent your target market. So maybe if they are rock and roll brides, you know, guitars, maybe if they're gothic gothic vibes, gothic brides, you can have bats and things like that. Just think about other ways that when people see your logo, they can say, ah, okay, she sells jewellery which is rock and roll-esque, rock and roll vibe, gothic vibe, what have you. So, and I'd also recommend putting jewellery maybe under there, so people know, again, when they straight off the bat see your logo, they know, ah, she sells jewellery. She's not a clothing shop, a scarf shop, shoe shop, what have you. The announcement here as well, I did have a little quick look before I jumped onto the screencast. I'm almost feeling like it's a little bit too big. I mean, you're saying here about make sure that, you know, if it's a gift for someone, consider your shipping options and tracking options. But truth be told, I think that people wouldn't necessarily read this before they purchased a gift from you, especially if they're just coming from Etsy search. If you are really worried about overseas shipping times, I would just definitely increase your lead times when it comes to international orders. The same here as well, rather than saying, you know, typing out what the wrapping is like, I would perhaps just put a picture in the listing images. I'm not sure if you have yet, I haven't got that far, but purely because people mostly are visual learners, and I do feel that You know, they aren't necessarily going to read this and go, oh, okay, and then now I kind of know how she wraps her orders, but definitely a picture would do that. So the amount of items that you have is fab, 335. That's an amazing start. Well done. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go on to your About section. It's been a hot minute since I've done this, actually, so I need to scroll. I've got a bit of a brain block here. Here we go. I was right. I just had to scroll down some more. Right. So you've got one picture on your pictures here. I would definitely be saying you need to be putting more in here. I want to see more behind the scenes. I want to see pictures that detail what you're all about, your personality, and also pictures that will kind of attract your target market. Now this picture here, I'm having to kind of lean up because I can't actually see it very well on my screen. I am seeing this area here. It's not really telling me what this is. I don't know really what this is. I don't know what that, I'm assuming that's a sticker on a bag. These are little confetti stars, I can see that, but this is not detailing to me in a clear way exactly how the order arrives. So I would think about maybe changing that for a brighter picture that actually shows from a little bit more of a distance, like a bird's eye view, how your order gets to you. But I wouldn't say this section is for that. This is a picture that needs to be going in your listings. And the thing is that this is all about your brand. This is all about the struggles that you faced and why you started to feel or solve those struggles for yourself through your jewellery shop. So maybe, for example, if you're a kind of rock and roll bride yourself, let's say, or a rock and roll person yourself, maybe you struggle to go to like the average clothes shop, let's say, and find a really big chunky statement jewellery. Detail that, show behind the scenes in these pictures here, detail that in this area here. Self-taught jewellery designer, just doing a bit of speed reading here. So your backstory is literally limited to this. Really, Alison, this area here, this is what your About section is all about. I mean, you're using your About section here, I mean, from kind of from here down, you're using it more to advertise what you kind of do, that you also make jewellery for men. Feel free to message me, etc. But that's not, again, what this section is for. This section is your About section. It is where you need to put more detail basically into this area here. And also, Alison, in the 30 days to a Kickbutt Etsy shop workbook, I give you like a framework that you can literally just steal. So definitely, again, worth going through that. I think maybe, because you did say that you had watched a couple of my videos, I'm not sure which ones you watched. I think maybe rather than trying to look at your Etsy shop as a whole, I think it might be better off if you focus on one area a week. So for example, focus on your About a section 1 week, and then the next week focus on your packaging, next week focus on your logo, next week on your branding and things like that, and try to kind of update and change things like that, rather than going at it sort of, oh my goodness, I have so much to change, I don't really know where to start. Oh, you've got your cats on there. That's brilliant. I love this kind of thing. See, this shows the type of person that you are. You're talking about your cats here, and it's making me smile. Like this area, these two bits here is the small window that you are giving myself and your customers, you know, into your life, into the backstory behind your shop. You have a blog and a website as well. I'm not going to go too far into this kind of stuff. Okay, thank you for that. Just purely because, oh, it's not letting me, I don't have a Tumblr account. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, so I can't see your blog. Oh, you've put your website as your other Etsy shop. Okay. I don't know the rules surrounding that actually. I don't know if, have a little read into that. I'm not 100% sure if you're allowed to put a different Etsy shop link as your website. I think it is purely the website for this particular shop. I'm not 100% sure. I remember reading something about that, but I can't remember where it was from. Let's have a quick look at your Instagram. Page not found. Oh no. Pinterest. That's my forte. Fantastic. So 16.6k monthly viewers. That's fab. I've got 21 boards. So, Alison, I'm not going to go too far into the Pinterest things here. I have lots and lots and lots of videos. Basically, the whole idea is making boards that attract your target market. I almost feel that maybe you would benefit so much just by really getting to grips with who your target customer is. Really, truly, 100%, like almost on a stalker-like level. Because I feel that quite a lot of your pieces, just by very quickly scrolling through, you've got quite a mishmash of styles. Now, I do understand that obviously this style of jewellery, the kind of borderlines are very blurred. There's a bit of a grey area about, you know, what is counted as statement jewellery, what is counted as gothic jewellery, you know, etc. As a jewellery maker myself, I get that. But I can tell you from myself is that I used to make things like this. I didn't go sort of as far as this, but Alison, I can say that when I really got to grips with who my target audience was, and I found out that they were young women that wanted small, little, minimalistic trinkets that they could engrave with meaningful moments in their lives, that they could take with them on their busy, hectic, everyday schedule. And I'm not saying, you know, that's what you should be doing at all, but what I am saying is that when I got rid of everything that wasn't minimalistic, small, meaningful pieces, my revenue shot up because people were coming into my shop and going, this is where I need to be. Like my brand was attracting my target audience so well that as soon as they came into my shop, they were like, oh yes, this is exactly what I wanted. I've been searching for so long, etc., etc. Now, I'm not going to have time today to go all the way into all of these. You've got 335 pieces, alternate artisan. I don't know what this all adds up to. I assume that all of these 335 pieces are in these categories. If they're not, maybe think about other ways that you could explore these categories. Now, what I would say, you've got simple necklaces here. I wouldn't necessarily myself personally call these simple necklaces. I mean, I've literally got sat in front of me a stainless steel cube bar with a chain going through it. That is what I would consider simple. Oh, Alison, be careful, be careful, be careful. Don't use copyrighted terms. Yeah, you really want to be careful with this, and also everyone else that's watching. You can't use things like this. You can't use Nightmare Before Christmas. I've seen Etsy shops get shut down from this sort of stuff before. I know maybe, Alison, you might be sat there kind of thinking, well, it's been on my Etsy shop for a long time. I've known Etsy shops that were selling Disney lanyards. So it's like little around the neck things that hold like your annual pass and things like that. They were on Etsy since 2009, so right from word go, and only last year did they get shut down because of use of copyrighted terms. So just be really, really careful with this kind of stuff. It's very cute, and I can 100%, you know, I think this would, I mean, my husband would love this. Not that he would wear it, but he loves old Jackie. So, but yeah, just be a bit careful with that. You need to make sure that you're not using brands or brand names as your tags and things like that. So your categories, I would also just a little thing. It's not, you know, it's not insanely important, let's say. But what I do is that I stack my category names from the smallest all the way to the longest. It just makes it look a bit more aesthetically pleasing when the customer is coming into your shop. Let me just go on to alternative artisan. See, I'm looking at this necklace here and I'm looking at this necklace here, and they're two completely different target markets. I completely understand probably why you're doing it, because you're thinking that if I like the more styles, the more jewellery, the more different target markets that I put into my Etsy shop, the more people I will attract. And you'd think logically it would work like that, but believe me, it doesn't. This piece here is beautiful, actually. That is beautiful. Now that picture is beautiful. Like, everything about it attracts me, and I'm not even like a gothy sort of type. Beautiful, yeah, fantastic, beautiful. Okay. Oh, fabulous. Yep, I love this. I love that. Okay, right, just very, very quickly, I did say that this was hopefully going to be a short shop critique, but I don't think it is. Have you seen my video on email lists and things like that? Go and watch that video. If you don't already have an email list, Alison, specifically because I think looking back at your reviews, which I will look at properly in a sec, reviews, there we go. You've got quite a few, there you go, every time I wear jewellery from Blog's Boutique, people ask me where I get it. You've got quite a few people that I think buy from you repeatedly. You've got quite a following, I would say. Especially being the type of jewellery that you are, I shouldn't have thought there's a fair few Etsy shops that sell very gothic rock and roll style of jewellery. So what I would recommend that you do is start an email list. I'm not going to go too far into it, but definitely go and watch the, I think it's one of the latest videos that I did, and just watch it and see what you think about starting an email list. You can totally start for free, like you don't have to pay anything. I've personally started out with using MailChimp. I use one of the image slots, and I basically say go right to the bottom of the description to find the link to get a 10% off code or something like that. Give it a go, give it a watch and see what you think. But what I am going to say is that, to be honest with you, I am personally a little bit overwhelmed when I'm coming into this shop. So let's say, for example, that I was after, let's go on to this, I was after like a really simple pair of teardrop earrings in gold. So let's say I was like, oh, this is amazing. Okay, yep, fab. They are a good size. They look nice up against the skin. Lovely jubbly. I'm going to go on to their boutique here and see what else they've got. This person, i.e. me, who likes minimalistic jewellery, would go onto this and go, oh my goodness, wow, okay, this is not what I expected from someone making this lovely, delicate teardrop wire wrap earrings. And you'd probably go and scroll and be like, wow, okay, I mean, this is fine, these are fine. But then as someone who likes minimalistic jewellery, I would look at this and think, wowza, that is massive. And to be honest with you, I have done this myself before. Alison, I have a How a Shopper Shops on Etsy video, which is literally just me shopping on Etsy. No Etsy coach mind cap on. It's just me shopping on Etsy. And it will show you how someone, like what the flow is with someone starting with the homepage on Etsy to buying one of your items. So definitely go and watch that video and have a look and take notes from that as well. So I'm just very quickly going to look at your SEO. So, Alison, tell me, what is your visits and views and things like on a sort of daily basis? You did message me back the form that you guys have to fill out if you want a shop critique. Let me just have a quick look at that now. Okay, I've just had a quick look at the form. So judging by sort of how many sales you get a week, I imagine maybe your views and your visits are quite small. Have they declined over the last few years? Have they increased? Let me know in the comments. So the thing with SEO is that if I was typing that into the search box, because guys, okay, now I know that SEO has become a little bit confusing over the last, goodness knows, probably about a year to 18 months. The fact of it is the exact matches always do better. So although if someone was typing in vintage, pendant, flower, cameo, your listing would come up, but it would come up on page like 585 because exact matches always do better. They always do better. So with that in mind, so you've done this here and you've spaced it out here. Now guys, you can either do a comma or a space dash space. I use a comma purely because I read, I mean this was a few years ago now, but I read that Google doesn't account this when it comes to, was it Google or was it Bing? I can't remember if it was Bing or Google now, but they only count commas as the spaces between keyword phrases. I don't think that's the case now, it's just a force of habit. So the spacer that you've used, which guys, if you don't know what I mean, it's a spacer, either a space, a dash space or a comma in between keyword phrases. Now, long tail keyword phrases are where you want to be, guys, 100%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new Etsy window and I'm literally just going to type that into the search box. So as you can see, one result, which, oh, go away, that thing's annoying, which is basically you. They've got one result, but I think what they're doing is they're giving you additional results, so it's not just like one little lone listing on a page. But you can see what I mean. So vintage style large silver 3D heart. If I even cut that out, would that make it better? I don't think it would. 2 results. So not a lot of people are going to be searching for that. If I put vintage style heart necklace, let's see what, so there we go, 2014 results. And the thing with this, Alison, is are you using a keyword tool at all? Are you using like a free version of eRank or what have you? Because let me show you. So I'm in eRank, and this can be done on the free version as well, so no worries there. So I'm just going to literally copy and paste that phrase that you've put in the first phrase section of your title. Now, you can see here that there is no searches happening for that phrase. There is no clicks, nothing. Etsy competition is 1 and that is you. Total views is 127. Average pricing is that. Average daily views is 0.14. And the thing with this is that eRank will suggest additional keywords. And the great thing about it is that you can see the searches, the competition and what have you. I would recommend, Alison, is for you to get one of these tools or to have a look at one of these tools, whether it's eRank, Marmalade, what have you. And I would suggest that you start going through all of your titles and seeing where they fare in this bit here. Because what you really want is, let me just vintage heart. Let's just put necklace. Also as well, Alison, is it from another UK jewellery shop to another. Not a lot of people use pendant. I know that technically it is a pendant, but mostly people just put necklace, just a little thing there that I found over the years that I've been using this tool and, you know, having a full-time Etsy shop and what have you. So again, 0 searches happening there. So I'm just going to scroll down. I'm going to see what other keywords they suggest. So heart necklace, a lot of searches, a lot of clicks, average click-through rate, not so good, but a lot of competition. I would always recommend mixing and matching your tags, your titles and what have you. And obviously this can be used for your tags as well, this tool. But what you want is something like this, where you've got a few searches happening. That's absolutely fine. Average clicks. Click-through rate is good. It's very, very good. And the competition is green. It's quite low. Now, I know that you're not actually selling a heart locket, which I completely understand, but it's just kind of demonstrate my point that this is the sweet spot and this is where the kind of basis of my keywords will come from. In the Shortcut to Success course, I do go into detail into this. But I will mix and match. I will do these types of terms and I will do the highly competitive terms as well, because you never know, Etsy might bring you up for that search. So the very last point I want to demonstrate is, are you running a sale, and are you doing free delivery? Okay, so what I would recommend, I know this is going to be a little bit of a sore spot for you guys out there, because your ready to dispatch time is perfect, bang on. That's exactly what I do in my shop, so that is not an issue. What may be an issue is the delivery. Now I know it's only £1.95 and I 100% get that, but I would, if I was you, if it really costs that little to ship, whack it on this price here and do free shipping. And the reason is because of this. Let's go back to our search. So let's go vintage style heart necklace. Let's just stick with that just for argument's sake. Actually, no, let's go on to heart necklace. That is a highly competitive search, I can guarantee it. There we go, so 218,000 results. Now, when you're shopping on Etsy, and I did go through this again in my How People Shop on Etsy video, so definitely go and watch that. But what I am seeing is, right down here, there's jewellery, weddings, craft supplies, what have you. I would be clicking on jewellery, so that would limit it down from 218,000 to 192,000. So that's good. We are limiting it down. And as a shopper, this is how I would do it. Now, straight off the bat, right at the top, you've got two options here. Now, personally, I wouldn't necessarily go into all of this stuff because I know how it kind of like the search kind of works. But someone who's less experienced with Etsy might kind of go into all of this. So having all of your attributes and materials and all this type of thing is really important. But free delivery and on sale, if I click this, which I would if I was in the UK, which I am, would be if I was in the UK, I am in the UK and I would click that. There we go. So it's gone from 192,000 results to 38,576. You are masking out a lot of your competition just by doing free delivery. So straight away, if I click off of that, it goes from 38,000 to 192,000. You've got a whole heck of a bigger chance with trying to rank for this keyword phrase using free delivery. And the best thing about it is that if I was to even take that off and then go into on sale, now this is a completely separate thing. I always run a 10% off sale, so I can get into this little category here, which then, as you can see, limits the search results down to 30,000, which is a lot less than 192,000. But watch what happens if I click both of these, okay? You will see some magic here. 8,114 results. And you can see that some of the biggest shops are doing this because they know how people shop on Etsy, and they know that these two little tick boxes here is literally gold. I mean, obviously there's 1 to 3 business days, 1 business day, there's all of this, but as a shopper, there's a reason why Etsy puts this right at the top here, because people use them. So, Alison, if you could increase your prices to include the delivery cost, and if you can also increase them maybe a little bit if you need to, and put a 10% off sale, you're only going to be competing with 8,114 people for very competitive search term. And I'll show you just how competitive it actually is, like this one. So, 2,545 average search results every month. Clicks, average click-through rate, 50,000 plus Etsy listings using this, and you can see the kind of the way that the months tend to go. This is quite a handy tool if you're thinking about making more heart necklaces for November, December, because you can see that there is an increase. So definitely worth exploring your SEO. I'm going to go down. So I'm just going to go down into here. You've got gift wrap. You can also include a picture as well on the gift wrap area of the back end of your shop. Just FYI, it does do a better job of kind of like showing what the gift wrapping is like. And let's have a look. Let's scroll. Bib necklaces, statement necklace, gothic statement, flower cameo. I mean, I don't know what your tags are going to be like, but I think just judging from this listing alone, it's not necessarily your tags that are letting you down. I'm not sure, because I need to obviously run all of these through eRank to see what they're like, and obviously you're the only person that knows what they're like, obviously from the back end. What about your description? I see you're copying and pasting the title in the top bit. I've experimented with that. That that to me does not work, because Google is very savvy now, and so is Etsy, and they know when you're just copying and pasting. So what I would do is pick the top 5 keywords that you want to rank for, and I would ideally say to sprinkle them through a natural language sounding paragraph. So you could say something like, this beautiful vintage style heart pendant is made up with and flowers. This large silver pendant has a 3D heart effect with additional cameo feature, maybe something like that. So you're essentially sprinkling these keywords in a natural sounding paragraph, because Etsy and Google, which are the 2 biggest people that you need to think about here, the 2 biggest search engine algorithms that you want to think about here, they know when your keyword stuffing things, and they will not include you. If they think that your keyword stuffing, they will just go, no, okay, well, they're not, even trying. So I have found this myself. This used to work, and I 100% get why you've done this. It does not now. So just bear that in mind. Also, you've got a gift to give someone this Christmas. Obviously, right now it's May. It's not Christmas. Maybe think about changing that out. So yeah, I could go deeper into it. I think maybe I've covered the kind of bare basics of it. I think that you need to really, key things here. The photos themselves are actually okay, but personally, for pieces like this, where they're very complicated, very bulky, very chunky, very statement, I need to be seeing this on a model, I think. I know that you've got them held in your hand, and that's helped to a certain degree. But like these, for example, against skin, will this reflect more green? Will it reflect more blue? What colour actually is this? And the same with that. What sort of tone of red is that? Is it dark red if it's on pale skin? Is it light red if it's on dark skin? And I must say, when I was looking at your reviews, where did I find them? You had quite a few pictures. Where are they when you need them? Okay, I can't find them now. That's a shame. So basically, you had some reviews. I think it was on this one, actually. Was it? Yes, it was. Here we go. Where you've got some modelled images. Now, this is so much better. This shows me, I know it's quite far away. I would, obviously, if it was like a proper modelled shot, you'd want it close up. But these sorts of review pictures, there you go, where it's actually on. Obviously, that's quite dark. Like that one, for example. That one is perfect. See, that is a beautiful picture. A beautiful, beautiful picture. You've got this sort of gothic rock and roll sort of person's, I guess it's like a mask that they've got on here. And the earrings. Now this in its own, this just shows how easy it is to take modelled shots. This is literally just a customer just snapping a quick picture on their phone. And I must say, this compared to, let me just open up the actual listing. That compared to that, I know which one I would rather click on, and it's this one here. Now, Alison, I know you're probably sat there thinking, oh my goodness, modelled shots are expensive. There are groups you can join where you send off items in exchange for getting photos done. I've done that before. It works out okay. I personally pay for my modelled shots now just because I know how important they are, and it's not the place to skimp. But what you can do also is you can literally ask a friend to help you out. I've got photography videos on my channel. Have a look at those. And you can take modelled shots yourselves. Nowadays, iPhones and smartphones and what have you have fantastic cameras. You don't need fancy pants cameras nowadays. So yeah, I think maybe I am going to stop there. I think I've given you quite a lot of information. So the overall thing is to attack your branding. If gothic rock and roll sort of people, women are who you want to aim for, then only aim for those. Don't aim for men as well. Don't aim for children as well. Don't aim for minimalistic pieces as well. You need to really, really, really niche down and think, right, okay, who is it? Who is my ideal target market? Who is the person that's going to pay what I want to charge. And I mean, to be honest, I think you're undercharging as well. Just also, that is beautiful. Like, why are you only charging £25 for that item? Like, it is beautiful. I saw something else as well that I looked at the price and thought, what? I think it was these earrings as well. Yeah, £4.95. Alison, you know better than that. Come on. So, I mean, these earrings are beautiful. Beautiful. And I love, are they, yes they are. So they're little ear hooks, and they're all hand wire wrapped, which I assume that you do yourself. So why are you charging £5 for earrings like this? You know, I don't get it myself. I think you are, to be honest, undercharging. Are they nickel free as well? Yeah, lead and nickel free. So, Alison, you need to readdress your prices. These are beautiful as well. These are beautiful. Basically, I'm just trying to shop now. I've stopped the critique and I'm just shopping now. But these are absolutely beautiful. And, you know, you're putting the stone in yourself. You are doing all of this intricate work and you're only charging £30. Like, these are £40 pair of earrings all day long. Alison, I don't know if are they garnets as well? Oh my goodness, Alison, you need to be charging more than that, 100%. You need to be charging quite a bit more than that. These are beautiful. Labradorite as well. Oh, Alison, they're beautiful. Labradorite is a beautiful gemstone, especially with, I mean, you can just about sort of see it there with the iridescent qualities of it. They're beautiful. Oh, wrong tab. So I'm going to stop there. I promise now. I'm going to stop here. You need to really, really think about your target market, which I've said before. You need to also think about whether you can slim down your product offerings a tad to only include jewellery pieces that's going to attract that particular niche of target market. Then I would say the next thing is to attack your SEO. You want to be using long tail keyword phrases, but not too long. I feel like almost you're either going too short or you're going too long. I think you need to, it's usually 2 to 3 words, which is the long tail keyword phrase examples. You need to get yourself onto eRank. There is a free version, don't worry. And you also need to have a look at taking modelled shots. And I think with those few things, I think you'd really, really, really honestly start to see an uptick in your views and your clicks and your sales and what have you. Don't forget, Alison, is that it might seem a bit boggling and a bit overwhelming, but at the end of the day, conversion rates exist. And the good thing about conversion rates is that they are like a law. It is something that whenever I have started an Etsy shop or started a business, and I mean, I've started Handmade Bosses, which is this YouTube channel, which is essentially a business, conversion rates are like a law. And it basically says that, I mean, depending on your industry, there will be a conversion rate between 1 to 3%. And that is for every 100 people that view your items, or let's just say out of every 100 people that view this item, right, 1 will buy it. And obviously the conversion rate, you know, you can kill the conversion rate by having terrible pictures, terrible customer service and what have you. So it obviously does kind of rely on you being a genuinely decent shop, which I know that you are. But it is kind of like a law. So working on your SEO, working on your pictures, working on your branding are going to get the eyeballs into your shop. And then that's when the conversion rate is going to come into play, because 1% of every 100 people that come into your shop are at least going to buy something from you. And I've found that has worked for me time and time again. So yeah, it's not too much. When you think of it like that, brass tacks is that conversion rates are a thing and they do exist. You've just got to tweak a few things in your shop to kind of attract more people, which will then bump up that conversion rate. So Alison, I hope that was helpful. Feel free to reach out to me in the Facebook group, in the comments and what have you, and I hope you found value from this shop critique. If you're not subscribed already, guys, please subscribe to my channel for other Etsy tips, tricks and videos and what have you. And join the Facebook group as well, because Alison came from the Facebook group, and we have great fun down there and we always answer questions. And also I do live trainings every single week. So if YouTube videos from me is not enough for you, then definitely join the Facebook group where I will be doing live trainings every single week. So guys, I shall see you in the next video. I love you all, and I shall see you very soon. Bye.